So happy morning, guys. Today we are about to discuss components of balance of payment. So there are two accounts. That is current account, and the transaction and balance of payment can be grouped under two categories. There is current account, capital account. So current account refers to an account which records all the transactions relating to exports and imports of goods and services and unilateral transfer during a given period of time. Okay. So, what is balance of payments? It is the economic transaction of water, the domestic territory between domestic territory, domestic country, and rest of the world. Okay. So, what are what are all the factors it will record means? First one is visible item, invisible item, then capital transfer, then unilateral transfer. Okay. So here current account means it record all the transaction of what exports and imports of goods and service as well as unilateral transfer. So goods and service in the sense goods means it's a tangible that is visible items, and service in the sense it is a intangible item that is banking, then insurance, shipping, all those things. Okay, fine. So again, components of current account. That is first one is export and import. That is the first component. I think already they had mentioned the point here. That is export of goods and services and unilateral. So fine. A major part of transaction in foreign trade is in the form of export and import. That is goods. A payment for import goods is written on negative side, and receipt from export is shown on positive side, credit item. So balance of this visible export and import is known as balance of trade or else trade balance. Okay. So what they will do, whatever we are exporting, that is sales, right? When we do sales, what we will get? We will get there will be inflow of money, right? Yes. Whenever we do sales, on return we will be getting money. So that we will mention it as a credit side. That is positive side. So whenever we import, that means import means purchasing from other countries. So that means there will be outflow of money. Outflow means we have to pay from our side. So that will be noted in debit side. That is negative side. Okay. So the balance between these two, export and import, which is to be called as balance of trade. Okay. So there is deficit trade and surplus trade. So what is deficit trade? Deficit means there is a shortage. Surplus means excess. So deficit means imports of visible item will be more than exports. So we'll be importing more item than exporting. So in that case, it will be deficit trade deficit. So what is trade surplus means? There is exports will be more than imports. Exports is more in the sense inflow of cash will be more. Okay, when we do sales, so we'll be getting cash. So inflow of cash will be very high compared to outflow. So exports and imports of services, that is invisible item, invisible trade. It includes a large variety of non-factor service known as invisible items sold and purchased by the resident of a country to the firm to and from the rest of the world. Payments are either received or made to the other countries for using these services. Services are generally three kinds: shipping, banking, insurance. Payment of these services are recorded on negative sides and receipts on positive sides. Okay. So are you all there, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these three will be called as in what invisible, so invisible goods or else service. What are they? Banking, shipping, and insurance. So I think you all know very well about these three things, right? I don't want to explain much about banking, insurance, and shipping. So here, whenever we are paying for this any of these three. Okay. Example. So suppose we are transporting a goods. Okay. So we have to pay water, shipping charges, along with insurance. So after sales, we will be using banking service also, right? So bankers plays a major role in exchange of goods and service. Why? Because the bank is the only medium where we can able to transfer the amount. Yes or no? Suppose if I want to hand over, if I want to transfer 5,000 rupees to Vishwarama Keshwaran means, so either I can give him cash in hand, or else the maximum chances will be going for through bank medium. So here, these three people acting as a invisible goods, and whenever we are paying them, okay, that we will be mentioning it as a in positive side. Okay, so sorry, negative side. Whenever the payments வந்து என்ன பண்ணுவோம், we will make it a record in negative side. Negative side means what? Debit side or credit side? What is negative? Anyone?
Side.
Payments means it's a uh, uh, debit. Yeah, payment in the sense it's a debit. What do you mean by a positive side? Anyone?
Credit side.
Credit side. Okay, fine. The next one is unilateral or unrequired transfer to and from abroad. That is one-sided transaction. Unilateral means it's a one side. Okay, so it is not. It is just like gift. Okay, like a gift, donations, or personal remittance. So unilateral transfer includes gifts, donation, personal remittance, and other one-way transactions. These refers to those receipts and payments which take place without any service in return. Receipt of unilateral transfer from rest of the world is known as credit side, and the unilateral transfer to rest of the world will be noted on debit side. So when we will get unilateral service, unilateral transfer, suppose there is a flood, okay, so in our state, what will happen? So most of the people will give a friendly relief fund. Now also they are giving what Corona CM relief fund. Have you all seen the celebrities? They are giving 25 lakhs, 1 crore, 2 crore. They are contributing to CM fund. Yes, that is what unilateral donations, gifts. So when we are or transferring money to other countries. Other countries means what? Rest of the world. Okay. So that so the receipt of unilateral transfer from rest of the world is known as credits. A receipt means what? We are receiving. Okay. Yes or no receipts. So we are receiving funds from America or else UK, Saudi. So in that case, that we will be mentioning as in credit side. What is credit side? There is positive
Positive
side.
side.
Positive side.
So when we are paying, okay, when we are paying to other countries like Sri Lanka, Mauritius, okay, so in that case, it will be mentioned it as a debit side. Fine. And last one is income receipts and payments to and from abroad. Somewhere else we are discussed, right? Where we are discussed
NFIA.
NFA, net factor income. I think that the components of NFA we have discussed, right? First component, compensation of employees from and to, right? Net factor income from abroad. சொல்லிட்டு நம்ம discuss பண்ணோம் இல்லையா? Yes. So
Yes, sir.
the people actually are Indians. We can able to find them in various part of the country. So they will work and they will earn. They will transfer those money to us, right? So it includes investment income in the form of interest, rent, and profit. Okay, either like NFIA, they are mentioned clearly NFIA. So you can see. So whenever we are receiving interest in rent and profit, we will be include that in which side? Positive side. That is credit side. So whenever we have to pay those interest received and profit, that means it we have to mention in negative side. That is debit side. So next one is current account shows the net income. So current account records all the actual transactions of goods and services which affect the income, output, and employment of a country. So it shows net income generated in the foreign sector. What do you mean by net? Anyone? What do you mean by net?
After depreciation,
After
deducting
deduction of
from
expense.
Yes, there is some deduction, either depreciation or else from or else from right net factor income from abroad. That is what is the formula for net factor income from abroad? Factor income from abroad minus factor income to abroad. Yes, fine. So here current account also will shows us net. Why? Because it records all the transactions, debits, that is cash inflow and outflow. So easily we can able to calculate the net. So what is the difference between balance of trade and current account? So balance of trade for BOT, yesterday we have discussed, right? It will record only visible item. Yes. Yes or no?
yes, sir.
But what about current account? It record our visible item, invisible item, and also what
Unilateral transfers.
unilateral transfers. Except capital transfer. Why? Because it comes under capital account. Okay. So what is the scope in the sense? BOT, it's a narrow scope. Why it's a narrow scope? It focus only on visible. That is only the goods, tangible goods. Whereas this current account, it is wider. Why? Because it shows or it focuses tangible goods, intangible goods, and also unilateral transfer. Are you all following me? Any doubts? Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So balance on current account. Okay. So in current account, receipts and exports of goods and services and related receipts are entered as credit or positive items and payments negative items. So are entered as debit or negative. So the net value of credit and debit balance is the balance of current account. Okay. What is balance on current account? Just what credit minus debit. Yes. So net value. What is net value? The amount what we are receivable minus amount what we are payable. That amount is called as what balance on current account. Yes or no? So current account, it includes tangible goods, intangible goods, and finally unilateral transfer. Okay. So again, there is a surplus, a current account surplus, current account deficit. There are two categories. What is surplus? There is excess. Okay. What about deficit? It is
Shortage.
shortage. That means from abroad is more, right? So, for example, when a surplus, when current account is will be surplus, for example, that goods and services, right? You can see the credit value, you can see the net value, net value of debit and credit. That is called as balance on current account. So here, when credit items are more than debit items, okay, when credit items are more than debit items, in other ways, the amount receivable is more than amount payable. Okay, that we will call it as what? Current account surplus. Got my point? Got it?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So what it indicates inflows of foreign exchange. There is inflow of foreign currency is more. And another aspect also exports of goods will be more. Okay, exports will be more compared to imports. Okay, so this is what the significance. So what about this deficit? Current account deficit in the sense debit item. Okay, debit items. That is, debit will be more than credit. So amount payable will be more than amount receivable. So what it signifies? So import means what? Purchasing from other country, okay, will be more than exports. That is selling to other countries. So this implies current account deficit. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So Ravi, just give a pass.